But Ivory blew everybody away as far as promos, including myself.
Lisa Moretti, quite possibly her greatest role. She was, I don't even know where this came from. She was wonderful in the role. The only problem is that she, and I don't know if this was a problem because I think you actually hinted in episode 1 that she was almost becoming like the de facto speaker to a point. I don't know if she was overtaking you, but you sort of become like dual leaders or the dual faces of the group at this point. So before we get to that, how was Lisa to work with and how to deal with, and was she unhappy to be part of the group like everybody else?
No, she wasn't. She wasn't. I can't say, I don't know if she was particularly happy, but she was kind of out there in limbo for so long. She did some stuff. She was women's champion as Ivory with the regular, she just like another women's wrestler type thing. So for her to be able to cut a promo, be a heel, cover up, be opposite of any other female talent, which the female talents were wearing scantily clad or hardly any clothes, for her to go the opposite route, she was smart enough to know, and she'd been around. You know, people don't realize, because we said off camera before the show, that Ivory never ages. It's hard to pin down her age, but at the time of the right to censor, even at the time that she got hired by WWE, and I know you're checking the exact time for that, she must have been in the business minimum 10, 15 years at that time, talking about gorgeous ladies of wrestling, independence. I'm sure she went to Japan. And by the time she got hired during the Attitude Era, she was already a veteran. By the time the right to censor in 2000 came about, and she was, I would guess, maybe 3 to 4, maybe 5 months after the time we got together. Like she was, if I can remember correctly, the second to last piece. Was Val, was she the last, or was Val the last piece of the recruiting?
Ivory was last. Ivory was last, I believe.
So I would dare say she was saving, but they were close together. There was week by week type things like Bull, then Godfather not too far after that, then Val not too long after. It was really coming together pretty quickly. So that's why it all kind of ran together. But her being added last was a great touch. I don't know, intentional or unintentional, but she, in my estimation, like you said, we were kind of a Mickey and Mallory, Bonnie and Clyde type thing in the censoring, kind of category. But Ivory blew everybody away as far as promos, including myself. And if she looked like the de facto leader, it's because she was cutting the best promos. Her conversational, mine was a little bit too pro wrestling still, even towards the end with they were very off-putting pauses that I purposely put in there, and the writer, Jacob Israel, were making it sort of an uncomfortable segment. Ivory did conversational type promos before they were even popular. And I think that's what made her stand out in your mind and everybody else's mind as the de facto leader. Besides the fact, with all men, a female talking, you naturally assume this is the leader of the group. And she should have been. I said that last week. She would have bought us another 6 months if we were politically aligned and allowed to exist any longer.
So you know pre-Ivory's history in pro wrestling, 86 to 94, as you know, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Powerful Women of Wrestling Promotion, Ladies Professional Wrestling Association, and she was also on AWA's Super Brawl. Was it Super Clash or Super Brawl? I can't remember what that was.
Oh, she did that promo with Super Clash 3, and that was the one where all the promotions came together and she cut a promo between matches.
That's the one. I think she was Nina. Nina in that, I think?
She was, I think. I think she's had a few names.
Yeah, because I know she was Tina Ferrari. I'm on a Wikipedia. Nina, Tina Ferrari, Tina Moretti, Lisa Moretti, and Ivory. So she actually leaves the business in 1994 after, who wouldn't leave the business after appearing on the UWF Blackjack Brawl?
The Herb Abrams thing. Oh, you got to watch that. There's plenty of documentaries about that guy. He was I'm not going to say, see, we don't want to get sued. I was going to compare him to another current promoter that can be like a little strung out.
I know what you're getting at. Anyway, so hopefully their lawyers don't. Anyway, With that being said, she does become the de facto speaker. I was watching while I was writing this format out, quite a few segments featuring you and Ivory, and you're almost split off, you and Ivory, and then the other three. But then, in my memory, it was Ivory was always doing all the talk, but you really weren't. You were the Bonnie and Clyde. You were pretty equal, especially when you were going after China or whoever else it was. So in that respect, she didn't overshadow you at all. But there's one bit that I thought was really great, whereas it's for your own good. Ivory saying this, but then the camera catches you going, I'm miming everybody.
I don't need a microphone. I'll just say I'll mouth it along with her. That's fine. Got to get my stuff in no matter what.
Yeah. So how was she to work with then? Is she just agreeable?
Well, no, I wouldn't say necessarily agreeable. I would say boisterous, outspoken, blunt, honest, all the things that are absolutely hated and frowned upon in pro wrestling. But I appreciated it because this was the woman also that if people think I'm in any kind of shape at 52 years old, this is the woman that motivated me. She may not have meant to do that, but I said in part one, when she said, my God, you're getting fat. But I was already fat. That was, I know it's a point of contention with you with one of the clips, but I was every bit of 262, and it was not performance-enhancing drugs, unless you think quesadillas and burritos and, too many calories and not enough working out is performance-enhancing. I had plenty of that. Washing it down with a Diet Coke like any fat person would.
No, Diet Pepsi after they got rid of the
yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, Vince. Sorry about that.
With that being said, do you know anything that... Did the writers come up with her character? Did she bring certain things to her character that she invented and insisted on doing? Or, I mean, who sort of made the right Censor version of Ivory?
I think Ivory might have indirectly or unintentionally made it with backstage, maybe rumblings, or I've heard things like she didn't want to be part of the TNA and all that stuff, and she wanted to be known as a wrestler. So her true feelings, that's why it was so genuine that you believed it when she cut the promos, because she did believe a lot of that stuff that she was saying, that she wanted women to be respected and all that. So she kind of maybe wrote herself into the character with her behavior. Maybe some of the writers at the office like, my God, she annoys me. So if she gets out there with a microphone, she's going to be a heel. And that's the end of it. So I don't know that, but I think just one of those things that Ivory just fit there. I couldn't see anybody else ever. Maybe Jackie, because Jackie just wanted to fight, be known, respected, and she could probably kick a few of the dudes' asses too during that. But I don't think anybody would have fit 100% compatible with what they were trying to do to write the Censor.